I'm starting off by sauteing about 2 cups of oyster mushrooms along with some red and green bell peppers and onions. I've also added about 1 tablespoon of alkaline mock garlic from the Healthy Vegan. And I've added in about 1 cup to 1.5 cups of my veggie broth, and I'll leave a link for that recipe in the description box below. And I'm just cooking this for about 20 minutes or until it's tender and most of the liquid has evaporated. In a separate pot, I am cooking wild rice. I'm cooking that according to the package directions. I'm cooking that in a blend of veggie broth and spring water. And once the wild rice is done, this is what it looks like. I'm using a new brand of wild rice that I received from a company called Native Harvest. The grains are a little bit lighter than the usual wild rice, and it doesn't have to be pre-soaked. It cooks in 20 minutes and it is much tender. So I do like this new brand of wild rice. So I'm going to go ahead and add my mushroom mixture to the food processor and pulse it a few times, and then set that aside in a bowl. And then add my veggies, which is 3 sprigs of green onion, half of an onion, half of a red, yellow, and green bell pepper. And then add that to my bowl along with 2 cups of my wild rice and combine that. If it's a little wet, you can add 1 to 2 tablespoons of spelt flour and refrigerate that for about 20 minutes. For my batter, I have some leftover crushed popped quinoa, and I've added about 1 teaspoon of the alkaline mock garlic, as well as 1 teaspoon of the alkaline vegan pepper. And I'm also going to be using some spelt flour and a chickpea batter mixture, which is basically chickpea flour and water combined together. Now, I didn't show the battering process, but I basically rolled it in the spelt flour, then the chickpea batter, and then finished it with the quinoa. And I've baked that in my air fryer, cooked that in my air fryer on 400 degrees for 10 minutes per side. And this is what it looks like when it's done. You can also bake this in the oven. I would recommend on 350 for about 15 minutes per side. And this is what it looks like with my secret sauce, and I'll be sharing that recipe in a later video. And there you have it.